Yep, the video. Brewing video. Rhizomes. Got 3 of them here from Yakima Valley. It is, what is today? March 27th or 8th. And they just came in about 3 days ago. Had them in the fridge. Gonna try to grow hops again. This is my 4th attempt. First time, I actually got some pretty good yield. They didn't survive the next year. The next time I tried it, didn't grow at all. The next time I tried it, they didn't grow at all. So this is my 4th time trying it. I got this potting mix, Miracle Grow. This is the brand, by the way. I prefer to have actual, what do you call it, like fertilizer, manure. I did that the first year and it did pretty well. Though I did try manure again the second time and it didn't work. I just think the climate here in the Los Angeles area is way too warm. But I've heard Cascades are the hardiest, and that is the only time I could get it to work was with Cascades. So again, I have 3 of these, and I have a pot that I used to try and grow these in one time. And I'm going to put one of these puppies in there, and maybe the other ones just throw around and kind of see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to plant one of the rhizomes right now. So this is half full already. And what I've been doing is just throwing like grain in here. Not grain, but like some used grain, making somewhat of a mulch, I guess you could say. Extra yeast, like when I clean out my, clean out my empty containers of yeast, throw them in here. Perfect. It's the perfect amount. So I think this size of container should be good for 1. I mean, maybe 2, but the things can get pretty big as far as I can tell, and my experience in the past. So as you saw, I put that about 3 inches below, 4 inches for the top of the soil. You can put it vertical like I did. Or horizontal, however you prefer. But I put it vertical because they were kind of growing up already. But those look healthier than the ones I got last year. Last year, I think I ordered them at like April, and they just didn't look right, and nothing happened. Yeah, Yakima Valley, that's where I got mine. So I do have 2 more here. I am going to, I have some extra potting soil. I have this really old pot out back. I'm gonna throw one in there, and maybe throw one randomly in the ground around my apartment, and just see if they grow. And we'll see what happens. If nothing happens, I will keep you updated along the way on this video. And also, below I will link how I described a lot more how to grow these hops in the first time I tried this for the channel, which I think was my 2nd time ever. And I will show that, link that below so you can watch a better intro than what this was. This is just to see if I can do this again in general. So let's go to the next step and let's see if they're growing. It's been 1 week. Things are happening. Let me show you. Yes, it is happening. The weather is cold enough right now, and that is a big deal. When it gets really hot, we'll see if it lasts. But let's check out the other one. Let's see how that one's doing. I've heard that you're supposed to train just the 2 strongest vines, cut the rest off for the first year because it needs to kind of establish itself and grow. I'm going to do that, and I have a wood stick here from previous years. Probably going to put that there, put up twine on it, and kind of let it go up this tree here for the first year. And then the other one, I'm going to go, I have a lattice, you probably saw. Let's go to it. So then I'm going to get another stick here and go up here. And this is our bathroom, or shower actually, so it's going to be great if I can get some sort of coverage on that a bit more. But yeah, so far so good. The third one I haven't planted yet, the third rhizome I have. I might throw it in the ground just over there somewhere and see what happens. But so far so good. It's very exciting. Okay, it's been 2.5 weeks or so. Look where we're at. Not bad. There's another little one coming in here. And I'm gonna grow it up this, and yeah. So you're supposed to do it clockwise, apparently, which is fine, which is good. So let's go check on the other ones. And yes, there's more than one growing. So let me show you here. Here is the other one. Got a twine here. And actually, I'm gonna go up to the telephone pole right there. We'll see how that goes. Check it out. So the third one that I had, I just threw in the ground. I didn't even do it. I didn't add any fertilizer, nothing. Check it out. And that's 3 little buds coming in. I think you gotta just train 2 of them for the first year to kind of get them to do what they, to get the roots established. So yeah, I'm gonna grow it here. And then up in the tree somewhere. So things are progressing really well. It's the best year I've done so far. We'll see how everything survives the summer. We'll see if it can survive the 100 degrees I can get here. And yeah, so let's check in on these puppies in like 2 months or so. It's been 2 weeks. Look what's happening. It has a mind of its own. Let's check out back. See what we got going on out back. What's really annoying is there's a gardener that comes around. I live in a fourplex, and I put a bunch of notes saying, do not cut this area. And he did, still. Super aggravating. Now, before I show you this, let me get a better lighting first. That's the very first step. Before I show you this, there were 4 vines growing out of the ground naturally. He cut 2 of them. Fair enough, early on, it was hard to tell what they were. I then put a bunch of notes around there. He then still cut them. 1 is remaining though. Look at it. Do not cut in this area. This one's still going. That one there didn't make it. I did buy some mesh wire, so I will be adding that to it. We're gonna protect these puppies as much as possible. And the other one, the last one, the third one, so that is the update. We are, what is it, May 10th, I think, 2020. We're gonna continue going. Let's see how they look whenever the next step is. Let's go there now. Harvesting hops. They were beautiful and green like 2 weeks ago, and I waited. It got a little hot, and they don't look as good anymore. They look kind of brown. They're kind of dried out. Now, when you pick them, you can do a wet hop. We put it directly into the beer right from the vine. And then the other way is you dry it out, and that's most of the hops are dried out, pelletized. So basically, I guess it kind of went through its drying out phase. Okay, so the hull. Let me show you what I got here. So as you can see, some are a little brown. Like this one is like really dried out. Here's a fairly green one from that batch. Still fairly dried out. I'm gonna dry these out for a day, but then I think I'm just gonna vacuum seal them. I think they went through the drying out phase already. Thankfully, I do have some greener ones at the top right-hand corner. They're looking okay. They're a little young looking still. Once the minute they hit, they look like they're ready to go. I'm picking them. Today is like July 30th or something. So I'm gonna vacuum seal some ones I have here, and then let's see how the other ones are looking at in a couple weeks, and yeah, go from there. This is it. The last of the hops, the last of the crop I'm gonna get this year. This is where it's growing. Let me show you exactly where. You guys have watched the video up until now, but there it is. Some of the leaves, a lot of them have died off. You can tell here. However, there are some that have grown well over there. And over here as well. So I'm gonna pick the rest of these now, dry them out for a few days, and let's do a total count at that point and see how much I got. This is it. Build. This is what I have. Let's see how much I got. It's 1.6 ounces. So let's make a beer with this. All right, I have a bunch of hops in here. Kind of keep it from from getting clogged. And then I have a little more here in the bucket, or in the pot, I should say. 5 minutes left in the boil. Yeah, we'll cool down and call it a day. 1065, exactly what I was going for. Here are the beers done. I have like probably a little under an ounce left of my Cascade homegrown hops. I have a little more growing out back. I didn't quite pick them all yet. Might pick a few more, try and get to an ounce if I can. And then keg both of those to get 2 gallons, and then do 1 ounce dry hopping in the keg. I'm gonna ferment this with imperial yeast juice. I have some left over from my last brew day. Let's just go to the tasting. Let's see how see how it turns out. We're here, tasting. Let's get to it. Let's see how these hops turned out. The smell off the bat is a little sunscreen. That's the very first thing I'm kind of getting. But a little fruit to it though. It does smell a little like sunscreen. But that's okay though. It's like in a good way. A little fruity. It's like a nice sort of summer smell. Maybe that's what I'm getting. Let's see how this tastes. Oh, the bitterness is nice on that. I think it's really, really nicely bittered. Getting a lot more of a grapefruit in the taste, and I believe that is what Cascade can impart. A nice bitter, crispy bite to it. Citrus. Not much fruit in the taste though. I'm not getting that sunscreen as much in the taste than I am in the smell. Very minor sunscreen. That could just be a fermentation issue. It's a little bit of like a dankiness too. Maybe a little pepper, a little earth pepper, I should say, not heat pepper. I think it's solid. I'd say the only thing I would change on it maybe is maybe a little more pungent aroma could happen. I think the slight offness and maybe the slight weird sort of like pepper, maybe a little sunscreen thing, maybe could be the hops weren't quite as fresh. Again, remember, I let them go too late. I shouldn't have done that. They were so pure and perfect, and I saw them, and I was like, I'm gonna harvest those any day now. And then 2 weeks went by, and then you know what happened. But that being said, that being a bit of a hiccup in it, pretty successful. And I, for 3 rhizomes, I got no yield out of 1, as you saw. And the other 2 rhizomes, enough for a beer, a 2-gallon beer. I have these rhizomes now. They're about dead now. Maybe a little bit is left on them, but they're not going to grow any more hops this year. It's like October 3rd today, or 4th. They're done, but I'm going to water them periodically, cut them back, and then they'll regrow again, hopefully in spring, and do it all over again. So thank you for watching. Thank you for watching a successful hop to beer growing extravaganza. See you next time.